Yeah, that's right. It's Nothing But Netflix, your go-to spot for everything streaming, iconic, and occasionally chaotic, coming from that big red end we call Netflix. I'm your host, Chappell, and this week on Nothing But Netflix, we're doing things a little bit differently. This week, instead of finding a new or trending show on Netflix, we will be focusing on the center of attention, aka me. That's right. There's no co-host this week because I need all eyes on me. And today, we're unpacking Netflix's 2025 Upfront event cleverly titled The Center of Attention. Right? You get it? You get it? Netflix wants to be me so bad. But you know what? Netflix has really earned that title because the Big Red N really came through at the Upfronts this week when they presented their new slate for 2025. That's right. In today's episode, we're going to break down the big renewals, the hottest new show that could change how you binge and how you stream. Of course, I'll be dropping my own hot takes along the way, and I want to hear yours. So what are you looking forward to on Netflix? Hit me up on Twitter and Blue Sky at Nothing But RHAP, or leave a comment right here on YouTube. Oh, and don't forget to smash that like button so everyone else will be able to find the Nothing But Netflix content here on our YouTube page. Now, let's talk about the shows Netflix viewers have already come to love. Let's talk about the renewals. And first up in the renewal slot, we have Bridgerton. Season 4 is officially set for 2026, and it's bringing Benedict and Sophie front and center. From what I can tell, fans have been waiting on this since Season 2. But here's the big news. Netflix has committed all the way to Season 6. Season 6, y'all. Now, personally, I've never watched Bridgerton, but you have to be blind to have missed all the buzz surrounding Season 1. They loved it. Everybody was talking about it. It took the world by storm, and I think it was one of Netflix's biggest programs. So there's no shock to me that now it's about to reach its 6th season here on Netflix. But what makes Bridgerton so damn special? The answer is probably Shonda Rhimes. Although I've never seen Bridgerton, I've seen a lot of Grey's Anatomy, and I know Shonda's work really well. So I already knew it would be a banger of a show. But you tell me, do you think I should be watching Bridgerton? Are you still watching Bridgerton? I heard some people fell off after Season 1, but then it started to pick back up. So are you happy with it having a 6th season? Let us know right here in the comments what you think. And maybe I'll check out Bridgerton and give a review for it too. But you got to let me know if you like it or if I'll like it. Y'all know me by now. Y'all know my taste. Y'all know if I would like Bridgerton or not. Let me know if I got to check it out. Next up, Survival of the Thickest. Now, this sounds like a show I should be watching. Over on my podcast, Recap Kickback, my co-host Mario has been talking about this show for so long, and we've been considering covering it, but I'm very happy to hear that it's coming back for a 3rd season. However, it's its 3rd and final season. So the idea of covering the show might not be too bad. Mario's a big fan, and it seemed like it would be right up my alley, even though I haven't checked it out yet. Big shout out to Michelle Buteau for bringing that authentic, funny, unapologetic voice to Netflix. In Season 2 of Survival of the Thickest, Mavis Beaumont continued to grow after a major breakup, but now she'll be starting fresh for Season 3. The show follows up-and-coming stylist Mavis as she attempts to put the pieces together and continue her pursuit of her plus-size, high-fashion dreams. Personally, I'm rooting for the show to end on a high note and finish strong because we know that sometimes shows don't necessarily stick the landing in their final season. Final seasons always come with pressure, but the question is, will it give viewers the closure and laughs that they want? I don't know, but this might be the perfect time to get caught up and check out Survival of the Thickest. Let me know what you think about Survival of the Thickest. Are you ready for the 3rd and final season? And should I be talking about it here on Nothing But Netflix? And it doesn't stop there. Netflix is bringing back The Diplomat, My Life with the Walter Boys, The 4 Seasons, and Love on the Spectrum, which I hear are all great shows. And great news for me, Netflix is also renewing Mara Brock Akil's Forever, which we are covering on Recap Kickback, and $1 Million Secret, the Netflix hit reality show I talked about with Scally right here on Nothing But Netflix about a month ago. Forever is such a fun watch, and Mari and I are having a great time talking about it. It's this adorable ass coming of age tale with 2 young Black teenagers falling in love, and honestly, it's really good. It's not really my vibe, but I was very surprised with how taken I was with the story. We're covering the first 4 episodes in one podcast, and then the last 4 episodes in a second follow-up podcast over on recapkickback.com. So make sure you go over and subscribe to Recap Kickback to check that out, or visit Recap Kickback's YouTube page, youtube.com/@recapkickback for more content of Forever. And if you missed our $1 Million Secret coverage with me and Scally here on Nothing But Netflix, please go check it out. Watch the show, and then check out me and Scally breaking it all down on the Nothing But Netflix podcast feed at nothingbutpod.com. We talked about the entire series, and then we even got a special interview with 2 of our breakout characters, Sydney and Sam from Season 1, which is available on YouTube and will be linked in the show. Did any of these renewals surprise you? Let me know in the comments which shows got you hyped and which shows are you on the fence about. All right, now let's talk about the fresh drops. The new shows and projects Netflix is betting is going to keep us glued to our screens. And let me tell you, it sounds like Netflix has some heat coming our way. First up, Dan Levy is here. The man who brought us Schitt's Creek is back, but this time he's diving into a brand new comedy about siblings running a family organized crime ring. I ain't even gonna hold you. When I picture Dan Levy having a family organized crime ring, I picture David and Alexis from Schitt's Creek. Sorry, can't get the image out of my mind. Although we aren't getting David and Alexis, this cast is stacked. We have Laurie Metcalf, Taylor Ortega, and of course, Dan Levy. The Untitled series will be 8 episodes and should be released later this year. I know this show is going to be hilarious. Like, that's it. That's the sentence. I know this show is going to be hilarious. Everything Dan Levy has done is hilarious. And so Netflix, I think they're betting big on this being one of the next upcoming big shows that they're bringing in 2025 and 2026. Next up is Primetime, a 3-part docuseries on the legend that is Deion Sanders, aka Coach Prime. If you spent any time on social media or caught a game recently, you know that Prime brings the drama, motivation, and some straight up viral moments. Netflix putting a camera on Coach Prime is a power move. The documentary is guaranteed to be inspiring and impossible to look away from, as Deion Sanders will be able to tell his unfiltered story and give a glance at why they call him Primetime. Primetime will consist of 3 60-minute episodes, all dropping in 2026. This is yet another collaboration between Netflix and the NFL, including series Quarterback and Receivers, both of which were discussed here on Nothing But Netflix. Netflix is also working closely with the Dallas Cowboys on the upcoming series America's Team, The Gambler and His Cowboys, in which we will see Coach Prime featured in a docuseries about America's Team. That's right, we're getting more coverage about the Dallas Cowboys and the man behind the team, Jerry Jones. And not to move away from the Cowboys too quickly, but we have another renewed series coming from the NFL and the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, it's America's Sweethearts, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. Back for its second season, the series will chronicle the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders from auditions all the way through the NFL 2024 to 2025 season. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell was also in attendance at this event and announced this year's 2 upcoming Christmas Day matchups, one between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings, and the second between the Washington Commanders and, of course, the Dallas Cowboys. Look, I love watching football as much as the next guy, but am I the only one who feels like Netflix is dragging it with this Cowboys content? They cool or whatever, but America's Team? Okay. Also present at the 2025 Upfronts, the cast of Stranger Things and the cast of Everybody Wants This. Now, look at these Stranger Things kids. These ain't even kids no more. Netflix has been dragging this show out for most of my life. Hell, these kids are older than me now. And now Netflix is bringing us Stranger Things Season 5 and the upcoming animated series, Stranger Things Tales from 85. Now, they say there will be no more Stranger Things after this. There's no Season 6 for Stranger Things, but I don't believe it. I honestly think this is a cop-out. I think that calling it a final season and then immediately greenlighting a bunch of spinoffs, it's not a final season. So is it really a final season if it never ends? Truly, like I really want to know that. I'm looking at you, Walking Dead. Don't be The Walking Dead. Be better than The Walking Dead. But I know how y'all love Stranger Things. So I'm not surprised that we're getting much more Stranger Things content and a bunch of spinoffs, animated or otherwise. Nobody Wants This is another show I talked about here on Nothing But Netflix with my special guest at the time, Shannon Gus. Nobody Wants This left us with the burning questions of what happens when a rabbi meets a not-so-Jewish woman and wants to make her his Rebbitzin, and the community's new Rebbitzin, I guess, at that. It's a hilarious and thought-provoking show with a bit of an edge, and I really enjoyed talking about it with Shannon. We had such a good time because I got to ask her all the hard-hitting questions, and Shannon got to tell me all her business. And so it was a great podcast, and I'm definitely looking forward for season 2 because they do leave us with a bit of a cliffhanger, and you got to tune in to season 2 to find out what's going to happen next. And we all know you can't spell Netflix Upfronts without my guy, Tyler Perry. TP is back, and he's got more content coming your way, of course. The contract he has with Netflix is crazy. Like, I don't know what does he have on these people to make them keep giving him so much money? Anyway, Taraji was present. Taraji P. Henson was present at the Netflix Upfront to talk about her new upcoming drama by Tyler Perry called Straw. Now, I've heard that it took less than a week to film Straw. TP, please release us from this misery. But I'm going to still check it out. I'm going to watch it because if nothing else, it's probably going to be a good laugh. And he's got so much other content. Did you hear Madea is going on a destination wedding Why does Medea need a destination wedding? Am I going to tune in? Absolutely. The last time we talked about Tyler Perry here on Nothing But Netflix was a blast. We had AJ Norris coming on to talk about Medea's homecoming and give Rob Cesternino his first taste of what it looks like when Tyler Perry puts on that wig and that dress. Needless to say, it was a good time and laughs were had. But Straw is not a Medea comedy. Straw is a drama about a single mother whose world unravels in chaos as her day goes from bad to worse to catastrophic as she struggles to care for her ill daughter. Pushed to the brink by a world that seems indifferent to her existence, she's forced to confront impossible choices in a society that offers her no safety net. To me, it feels like John Q, but with Taraji P. Henson. Taraji Q, you know? I feel like I've seen this movie before. Now, TP is known for not taking his time with certain films, but you got a strong cast. We got Taraji from The Color Purple and Hidden Figures, Oscar-nominated actress. You got Sherry Shepard from 30 Rock. She was in Precious. So, there's that. Tiana Taylor's in this. Glenn Turman. We got some heavy hitters here. Now, let's just see if Tyler Perry's able to bring it home without it getting too ridiculous. Regardless, I'm going to check it out. But the question is, should we be talking about it here on Nothing But Netflix? Let me know in the comments. We all know Netflix has been diving into the live television format. We've seen so many live projects. Pop the Balloon Live famously was on Nothing But Netflix, but we've also talked about the live hot dog eating contest and live stand-up specials. But now Netflix is going to be branching out just a little bit more into its reality TV realm, bringing us the return of Star Search live on Netflix. So if you are a reality TV historian, you know Star Search birthed the careers of Beyonce, Britney Spears, Adam Sandler. Those are just a few of the global icons that were brought to us due to that talent show. And now we are bringing it back here on Netflix, and it is going to be bigger and better than ever before. The application is online too. I'm just saying, if you're trying to be on Star Search, you might want to get on it. I saw that application posted today. And this time around, the talent is bigger, the stakes are higher, and the format is even more interactive than ever before. Each week on Star Search, emerging performers in music, dance, comedy, and kids acts will take the stage to compete for a shot at the spotlight. The competition unfolds over time with eliminations, raising the stakes, and plenty of surprises along the way. It's part talent showcase, part high-stakes drama, and it's all going to be on Netflix. The reboot builds on the rich legacy of the show that helped launch the careers of a number of the industry's biggest names, many of them that we've talked about here on Nothing But Netflix, including Dave Chappelle, Christina Aguilera, and Justin Timberlake, and many, many more. Do you remember when the iconic Christian Hubicki came and joined us for Nothing But Netflix? We talked about Three Body Problem, which he had a few scientific problems with, but we had a blast talking about it. This time last year, it was confirmed that we would not only get season 2, but also season 3 of Three Body Problem, brought to us by Benioff and Weiss and Alexander Wu. If you're going back to watch Three Body Problem season 1, make sure you go back and check out our content here on Nothing But Netflix with me and Dr. Christian Hubicki. Another new movie that's caught my eye from Netflix, coming soon, Fight for 84, starring Jamie Foxx. After the U.S. Olympic boxing team is tragically killed in a plane crash in 1980, Jamie Foxx is brought in as the coach to rebuild the team and lead them to victory in the 1984 Olympics in this upcoming movie. Another movie on my radar, Here Comes the Flood, starring Denzel Washington and Daisy Edgar Jones. Okay, so you have a bank guard and a master thief, and together they're trying to rob a bank or something. In the meantime, the bank guard is having a relationship with a bank teller. So he's trying to date the bank teller while robbing the bank with a master thief. It's so messy that I know I'm going to watch it, and we'll probably talk about it here on Nothing But Netflix this year. There's a show called Building the Band coming. No, not Making the Band, Building the Band. All right, follow me. Nicole Scherzinger of the Pussycat Dolls will serve as a mentor and a judge in Building the Band, an upcoming unscripted series in which the next great pop group is going to be created. Joining Nicole on the judging panel will be Kelly Rowland from Destiny's Child and Liam Payne for One Direction, while AJ McLean of the Backstreet Boys will host the show. These hitmakers will bring their unparalleled expertise and years of personal experience to the competition. Now, I feel like we've done this. I do. I feel like we've done this before. But are we bringing it back? Is pop back? Are we bringing pop back with the Making the Band format? I mean, we've done Find the Next Pussycat Doll. We found the third member of TLC. Real reality TV fans have seen this before. Will I check it out? Probably. They're going to be competing in competitions. We're going to see choreography. We're going to see different styles come into play. There's going to be drama, artistry, and unforgettable performances. And Nicole Scherzinger will be there too. So as you can see, Netflix isn't just playing it safe. They're throwing a mix of comedy, docuseries, drama, thrillers, music, live shows, sports, some of everything. Some of these shows might actually surprise you, and some of them might become your new obsession. But for me, I can't wait to check out Coach Prime and all the stuff he has going on. And of course, I'm going to take a peek at Tyler Perry. And I'm going to watch Star Search and probably the Building the Band show. But what about you? What new shows or documentaries are you eyeing? Hit me up on socials at Nothing But RHAP on Twitter and on Blue Sky, and at Recap Kickback to reach me personally. And let's talk about it. What's got you hyped? What's got you confused? Or what's got you ready to binge? Let us know in the comments here on the RHAP YouTube page what you want us to talk about next on Nothing But Netflix. And tune in, because next week I'm bringing you more reality TV coverage right here from Netflix. It's going to be Sasha Joseph and I talking about Sneaky Links, a show about cheating, or something like that. Make sure you tune in to Nothing But Netflix to keep up with all of our content. Go to nothingbutpod.com to subscribe to the podcast. And then, of course, follow me on all social media platforms at Recap Kickback, and subscribe to the Recap Kickback podcast while you're at it. Go to recapkickback.com/subscribe, or go to youtube.com/@recapkickback for that. But that's it. That's Nothing But Netflix. Thank you all for listening, and tune in next week for more Netflix content. Peace.
This is RHAP. We know reality TV.